As far as we know, although I doubt we know everything, this case does not meet the criteria for step 1. I also don't know if this relationship meets the criteria for stage 3, but I believe it probably does. The relationship might have been healthy at some point, but it eventually turned toxic and dangerous, and by 2021, Tatiana was being physically assaulted. She was injured on at least 2 separate occasions, with no less than 4 people witnessing her partner abuse her in the 2 years before her death. In the summer of 2022, Tatiana went to Canada to see her family. It was at this time that she told them what was going on in her relationship, and when she returned to Australia, she decided to leave the relationship. Tatiana was done having her son witness acts of violence against his mother. Tatiana moved out, she got a protection order, and she got her own apartment in a beautiful high-rise building on the 22nd floor. Things were going really well for her. Just days before her death, she launched a luxury product page on Instagram. I personally believe that this is when Tatiana's relationship entered stage 5, where the trigger occurs, and it threatens the perpetrator's control. I'm sure there were events before this because we know most people underreport or don't even report domestic violence. Tatiana also told her friends that she didn't want her son to go without a father. But on April 13th, her ex broke the protection order and physically assaulted her in Liverpool. Looking back, we can see that the relationship enters stage 6 here, where the abuser escalates his behavior. In May, he broke into her home and he choked her until she lost consciousness and was bleeding from her tonsils. She literally had bruises for weeks. I don't know if you guys know this, but victims of strangulation are 750% more likely to be murdered. So if you ever get choked, this is like serious crap and you need to leave immediately. 750% more. That's insane. And things didn't slow down even the week of her son's 4th or 5th birthday. I believe it was the Wednesday before her death. She called one of her friends to check in. She told him that she was in a car accident and she had just gotten out of the hospital. She had severe injuries. She had a black eye, 3 broken ribs, a broken foot, and had a fingernail ripped off. When he asked to see the car that she was in, she ignored him. She told him that her ex and his mother had gone through her phone, so she had to block a bunch of people and might delete their accounts. On the 25th, he broke into her apartment and broke her TV. On Friday, May 26th, about 20 minutes before midnight, 911, or 000 in this case, received a frantic phone call from a woman stating that her partner was bashing her, she was injured, and the person was now demanding money from her, which is a sign of coercive control, specifically financial control. On Friday, May 26th, about 20 minutes before midnight, 911, or 000 in this case, received a frantic phone call from a woman stating that her partner was bashing her, she was injured, and the person was now demanding money from her, which is a sign of coercive control, specifically financial control. Unfortunately, the phone hung up before she could give them any information about her whereabouts. Nobody really knows why, but her call was classified as non-urgent, and the police didn't show up till around 3 hours later. They were able to pinpoint the building where it came from, but it was a high-rise and had 297 units in it, and so they couldn't determine which unit it came from, and they just left. It was the following day that police received the second 911 call. The caller said that there was this guy running around his apartment complex screaming for help. And this time when they arrived, they found Tatiana. It was the day before her son's 5th birthday party. They discovered that it was her ex-boyfriend at the scene, screaming, asking for help. He told them that he had gone over to her house for dinner that night, they had gotten into an argument, and he left. He had been trying to call her all morning, she didn't answer, so he went over to her apartment, where he found her and their son. Thank gosh, his son was alive. He was arrested for breaching the protection order, and he was charged with something like 18 to 22 counts of domestic violence related charges, all starting in May 2021. The charges included acts like stalking, intimidating, which are both signs of coercive control, so that's 3 signs that the relationship was dominated by coercive control, choking, assaults, aggravated breaking and entering, and several alleged breaches of the protection order. He has not been charged with her murder, but he is a suspect in her death. I don't even know how this is a thing, but her family was not notified of her death. They actually learned about her passing on social media. An autopsy revealed that there was dangerous levels of Oxycontin, which is a pain medication, in her system. She received that because of her severe injuries she was suffering from. But she did have a wound to the head that's currently being investigated. Some of her friends believe that Tatiana was beaten to death. Tatiana's child is currently in the care of her relatives, and a GoFundMe has been set up to help care for him. I will link that in the description below. Tatiana's friends say that having her in their life was a gift. And the more I learn about Tatiana, the more respect I have for her. She was dedicated, driven, motivated, caring. She put her child before anything. She was an entrepreneur. And on this channel, we're going to remember Tatiana for her fierce love for her son, her fearlessness, her passion for traveling, her loving personality, and contagious laugh. And I just want to take a second to express my deepest condolences to anybody that knew Tatiana, especially her friends and family. And if you ever need anything, just reach out. I'm here for you. She seemed like a really amazing person. Like I said, the more I learn about her, the more I respect her. All right, that's where I'm going to wrap it up. If you guys want me to continue to follow this case, just let me know in the comments below. Other than that, if you or anyone else is experiencing domestic violence, please reach out. Reach out to a family member, a friend, a national or a local resource. You are not alone. There are a lot of people who want to help you. They just need you to make the first move to do that, and they are ready. I love you guys. If you find it in your heart, please light a candle for Tatiana or for anybody else who's lost their lives to domestic violence. And please stay safe out there, make good choices, and surround yourself with people who love and support you. All right, see you in the next video. Bye, guys.